Another method that you can use is blog comments. So if you have a look, and again, this is one of these things where I think people just go off on the wrong tangent. Some people don't like to build backlinks when the backlinks are from, and this is more technical speak, and I'll just say it anyway, when you're building backlinks with no follow links, it's a good idea to make sure that just build comments from anywhere. Don't get too stressed about that. SEO Moz has done some analysis, which is a really big, well-known search engine optimization website / company, and they run a whole lot of different correlation tests to find out, what websites are ranking #1 on Google, and when they reverse engineer, what are the quality of their backlinks, where are they from, and all that type of thing. One of the positive correlations is that they've got links back to their website from no follow links. So the moral of the story is you don't need to understand that, other than the fact that just building backlinks from anywhere that you can get them is always a good idea. You can't go wrong. And after the Google Panda update and things like that, our websites haven't even really got shook. Some people are talking about traffic's down 30%, 50%, and we just haven't felt anything because we're replicating what happens in nature. We're not just doing directories, we're not just doing articles, we're not just doing blog comments, we're building links from a variety of sources. So just go over to, and you can head over to Google and do a search for, in fact, it might even be on, it's on just on the bottom there. Just do a search for whatever your keyword is. So you might be looking for, if it's fitness or something like that, you could type in fitness-related keywords. Once the search comes up, on the left-hand side of the search, there's a little button that says blogs. Click the blogs button. It'll just list all of the blogs to do with that keyword. Visit the website and post a comment. So when you visit a website, oftentimes they'll have an article, and underneath that you can write your own little comment. That's what I'm talking about. And I'll show you an example. So let's say just recently we had some bit of a debacle with YouTube where they banned my account, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get to the video session. Okay, so we had, I don't know, it was about 102 comments ended up coming through for this. A lot of people jumped up and said, I can't believe they banned your YouTube account. But here's a good example. So actually, Ryan's actually someone that does some work with us. He works with Melbourne SEO, but he's jumped on there. He's written a nice comment, but you can see he's linked his name. Now, you want to be careful. Some people will put in their keyword there. You know how I talked about building backlinks with your keyword back to your website? But for me, I feel it's a little bit spammy. Sometimes, I'll get someone who's made a comment on my website, first name Forex, last name Trader. And usually I'll ignore those ones, or I'll change it to what their actual signature is so it's their real name. But you can link back to your website. You can see there he's linked it back to it's slightly out of shot, but it's back to Ryan T. Malone, which is his website. And there's other websites here. Grace, she's another one of our assistants, so she's linked something back to theirs. So you can tell clearly the people that work with me know what they're doing, because a lot of the other ones haven't actually got backlinks. But that's what I'm talking about when using backlinks. And actually, Danny mentioned in the car this morning and said, I hope you're going to mention about Google Alerts. You should definitely look at Google Alerts. It can be used for a whole variety of different things, everything from building backlinks to commenting on what's going on in the conversation, when we talk about joining the conversation on social media, things like Twitter and all that. You want to make sure when people start referencing you or your business or your industry, you want to make sure that you stay on the cutting edge of that. So you use something like Google Alerts, where you can set up keywords to monitor, and Google will email you when that phrase appears. So I have alerts for Melbourne SEO Services. I have alerts for davidjennings.com. David Jennings. I have alerts for anything where it's important to me that I know what's going on. So when anyone posts something over the web, if it's a comment about David Jennings and they're talking about the SEO method, I can join the conversation. Someone might have a question and say, hey, they might be on a forum somewhere. Hey, I'm thinking about buying the SEO method or the outsourced profit machine. I haven't heard of this David Jennings before. Is he a good guy? And that might get posted on some obscure forum that I'm not a part of. I'll set up Google Alerts, and if it happens that some forums can be spidered, if Google finds that, it'll it'll send me an email, and then I can get that, visit the link, and then I can join in and say, oh, you don't know me? Well, I'm here to help. Why don't you go check out the About Us page, check out the testimonials page. If you've got any questions, I'm here to help. I'm happy to jump onto Skype for you. That's where it's at. When the person, that is amazing customer service. And that's why people are loving things like Twitter and things like that. Businesses are setting up Twitter accounts where people are effectively emailing. It's like they're emailing and communicating with that business in real time and getting real quick answers. That's what people want in the society that we're in now. It's all about speed. How quick can you get back to me? How about you meet the client where they are, as opposed to old school businesses, you need to come to me. Now it's all changed on the web. Now I get to go to where you are, which is a much better place, I think, for business, because we can now meet them when they're looking for us. So using blog comments to build these backlinks. So I talked about 15 of those, and keep building them as well. And it's a good idea. You're engaging in the community. You find topics that people are talking about.